Today on Running to Him.
Servanthood demands humility. Today we will read Matthew chapter 23 through 25 and concentrate on chapter 23 verses 1 through 7. Matthew 23, 1 through 7 says, Then Jesus spoke to the crowds and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees have seated themselves in the chair of Moses. Therefore all that they tell you to do and observe, but do not do according to their deeds. For they say things and do not do them. They tie up heavy burdens and lay on men's shoulders, but they themselves are unwilling to move them with so much as a finger. But they do all their deeds to be noticed by men, for they broaden their phylacteries and lengthen their tassels of their garments. They love the place of the honor at banquets and the chief seats in the synagogues, and respectful greetings in the marketplaces, and being called Rabbi by men. Now I struggle with many of people in the modern church and their lack of humility and modesty. This lack seems to be in all denominations, regardless of whether they come from a high church background such as Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, Episcopalian, or some shade of Protestantism. Many megachurch pastors on the Protestant side suffer from that delusion as well. Because of our sinful nature, it's human nature to want to be seen as important. Christ is not saying that you don't treat leaders with respect. He is not suggesting that pastors not have a role in the leadership of their churches, but he is saying that it is wrong to seek that glory and then lord it over others. Now, it's easy for a person to want to receive glory somehow. Children's eyes light up when you praise them and tell them they've done something special. Soldiers wear their ribbons with pride because they tell the story of what the soldier has experienced. And there isn't a pastor or priest who hasn't desired that their congregation support and appreciate them. But if that's their sole purpose for living and doing their jobs, then they are out of step with what Christ wants us to do. Christ wants us to be servants. A servant does not seek his comfort or place in society, but instead looks to serve others and lift them so that they can walk closer to Christ or even come to him for the first time. Now, if we march around showing others how good we are not only losing sight of Christ, but focusing on ourselves, which is exactly what Satan wants us to do. The Garden of Eden story is clear. Adam and Eve wanted something that God had restricted from them, so they were perfectly content not to eat of the tree until Satan put it in their minds that God was jealous and didn't want them to feel pleasure of that fruit. From that moment, pride and lust became part of the human condition. All great leaders are great servants. All bad leaders are self-focused. Christ wants us to be servants. It is through being a servant that we will lead people to Christ.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.